I belong here. I don't think I fit in.
Oh, nonsense. Of course you do.
Oh, no, I mean it. I mean it. It's just somebody must have goofed if I gotta stay here another day.
Peace. It's Professor Griff, public enemy, the ex-minister.
Which means it's too strong.
Peace, 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 everyone. Hopefully everyone can hear me. Let me adjust my vocal cords. Hold on. Check one. All right. I think everyone can hear me. All right. Hopefully they can. Let's see what happens. I don't know. Banners, blah, 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 blah. Early customization, existing layouts, or create your own, blah, 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 blah. Got you. All right. Anyway, hold on for a second, fam. Hold on. This is kind of unusual. Okay, I see. My chat wasn't showing up. Roster Man CPT, what's good, man? All right. Shout out to everyone. We're going to be talking about hate mail tonight. I'm not sure how long the conversation is going to be. Hopefully I can get right to the point. But we're going to be talking about hate mail. All right. Hate mail. And before we dive into that, thanks everyone for supporting via Cash App, just on YouTube or just however you support. I really appreciate that. Shout out to Quan. Quan, what's good with you? Shout out to Tita Ray. All right. Shout out to everyone that's been supporting the platform. I really appreciate that. All right. In the meantime, between time, let me dive into this commercial and I will get black at you with this subject in 1 second. All right. All right. Cool.
If you have challenges in your life and need spiritual guidance, visit Inanna's Spirit Box on Etsy. Von B has over 20 years of experience in studying metaphysics and spirituality. She offers spiritual boxes, which involve candle rituals, spiritual baths, and consultations. Von B is excited to help you manifest your heart's desire with the spiritual tools of magic. All items are personalized and cater to your specific needs. Visit Inanna's Spirit Box on Etsy. In need of spiritual guidance? Contact her at 1-888-619-1999 and leave your name, number, and email address for her to contact you.
All right. All right, cool. So listen, let's get a few things out of the way. All right. First off, after my greeting and after my thank yous, I would just like to say this subject is one of those kind of subjects where it can only come from me. So right now, if you're on Instagram sending a request for you to be on my live, how do you know what I'm going to talk about? I'm curious. Unless you're one of the individuals that sent me the hate mail, like I'm just curious. How does that work when you don't even know what I'm going to talk about? All right. Everyone on YouTube, Facebook, sit tight for a second. I'm trying to figure that out. How does that work? Peace, what's up?
Am I intruding. I didn't want to intrude.
Yeah, you are intruding because what did you want to talk about?
I didn't know how the format worked, so I tuned in to the live, so I didn't know how. I'm pressing buttons too. I'm learning. Listen, I'm going to listen in. I'm going to log off, but I'm listening.
All right.
I'm going to leave my information. All right. I've been following you. I'm 55, so I've been following you forever. We're still relevant. We still have a voice.
Exactly. Yes, sir.
Even though we don't have the proper media to get our message out there,
yes, sir.
We still have a voice.
All right.
And I'm glad.
Yes, sir.
I'm glad that you have this.
All right.
All right. So I'm going to log off your live, but I'm going to be listening. I'm going to leave my information.
All right. Give thanks. Thank you.
All right. Bless up.
Yes, sir. Bless. Respect. All right. I think that's the way it should be handled between men. You understand what I'm saying? Nothing hostile, nothing violent. I'm just curious. He's like me. He's 55. I'm 62. I'll be pressing buttons and yeah. Anyway. Crappy Elite Outdoors. Peace. What's good? Need to know what's happening. Ben Frank. What's good? Slaughter. What's good with you? All right. Salute, Mr. Furman. All right. Let's dive into this. I called this hate mail not for clickbait, not for any of those reasons, family. Why is everyone robbing the black community? Why is everyone robbing Africa? Hold on.
In fact, Eurocentrism and its effects, this is not an insult. We know now that Europeans did not come to develop the African continent. In fact, that is a racist take. Europeans came solely to the African continent to steal and to loot and for slave labor. That was all, and because they were greedy. There's no development in colonialism. There's just war, genocide, and poverty. And if Eurocentrism...
There's no war in colonialism. Colonial powers saw to that. They didn't build anything. So let's understand that particular dynamic. We talk about hate mail today. All right? So just for the people that join me, I'm doing this thing on Instagram. All right? If you're not on Instagram with me, just come. I'll accept you. I accept any damn body. All right? So just come on in. And I'll find the clip. I'll hit the three buttons on the bottom. All right? You could hit remix. It'll give you the split screen, and you just go for it. All right? Hold on.
That Europeans did not come.
People don't know that the CIA got in bed with the right. 78% of black husbands were in their homes, married to the mother of their children, when they started the social engineering of the welfare state. Fast forward 50 years, 78% of black children are being raised in single-headed households. This is destruction personified. 78% of black husbands were in their homes, married to the mother of their children, when they started the social engineering of the welfare state. Fast forward 50 years, 78% of black children are being raised in single-headed households. This, the American, 78%.
All right. Okay. I mean, it gets deeper. It gets better. Hold on now. That small little 15 to 20 second clip, you would be surprised of the level of ignorance and the level of give me a word. I have a few choice words, but I'm trying to reserve myself, but it's ugly. Listen to some of the comments. Thank you, Professor Griff, for all that you do for the family. It's been a minute. We need you in Milwaukee again. Thank you, Mr. Robski. Really appreciate you, good bro. Next. Ye told everyone who is behind this. So I guess Kanye West is your savior. I got you. You got the savior complex. You need someone to save you. So Kanye West is the one, I guess. I'm not sure. Next one. Yet that was me. She divorced me and she's still single 30 years later. Women, wake up. Here's one of these dudes that hate women. So anytime they get a chance, they'll come and they'll spew stuff like that because they hate women. Probably had an issue with their mama. And straight up, some of you brothers need to be divorced. I'm not sounding like I'm holier than thou. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it like that. Someone said truth. Someone said, yep. It was by design. The government broke up black families in order to get welfare. The man could not be in the home. It wasn't about greedy black women trying to get welfare and live off the state. No, some were, I guess. I'm not sure. But it was by design. By the same people that's been killing in vitriol. Thank you, Craig. That's what I was looking for. Vitriol was the word. It was by design, fam. Until you get that, you're always going to hear this gender argument going on social media. Back and forth, hating one another. You're playing right into the hands of the same people that designed the system to get you caught up. And you still caught up because you online arguing about it. Calling out black women. Speaking ill of black women. But you never mention racism, white supremacy. How dare you? Teddy Graham said, our destruction is their prosperity. Our chaos is their order. All right? Next, it says, if you want me to believe you, coke up with some real numbers. If you want me to believe you, coke up, C-O-K-E, with some real numbers. I don't know what kind of slang that is. I'm not sure. She basically used the same numbers to get her point across. But that's precisely the point. She's using you guys' numbers back on you to show what you did to us. And sir, whoever you are, I'm not going to mention your name live on the air. I don't want you to believe me. I never asked anyone to believe me. I don't want you to believe me. Even the people that's watching this right now don't believe Professor Griff. Go do the research yourself. And then you come back and we can have the discussion. So, sir, kick mother. It's Ramadan. Sir, kick rocks for real, man. What can we do to fix this? Good question. Here's another woman-hating man on here. Honestly, it's our women making those decisions. They don't like being in a relationship where they don't have this kind of control. I don't blame them, though. Who wants to be controlled by a man who openly hated on and disrespected? Excuse me, sir, with all due respect, please study Racism, White Supremacy by Dr. Francis Cress Welsing and Neely Fuller. These individuals like this never talk about the system. All right? Never talk about the system. Always want to beat up and blame women. A couple of more, then I'm going to move on to the next one. Next person says, false narrative. Black fathers are literally more involved with their kids than he wants to say than every other race. We got to stop internalizing BS. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Next one says, so we're not going to blame the black woman that makes this choice. My grandmother was married twice, and eventually a single mom of 5 who never took a dime of welfare and became one of the most successful businesswomen in Virginia. Stop letting our own off of the poor choices that they are making. We're holding everyone accountable. I am holding black men accountable. All right? We're holding black women accountable. But more so and deeper than that, we're holding the government accountable that set up this particular dynamic. Thank you very much. This one got me in a whole lot of trouble.
Craig Schubert. Members of the board, my name is Craig Schubert. I'm the mayor of this city. It has come to my attention that your educators are distributing essentially what is child pornography in the classroom. Yep. I've spoken to a judge this evening. She's already confirmed that. So I'm going to give you a simple choice. You either choose to resign from this Board of Education, or you will be charged. Thank you.
I'm going to let that marinate for a minute. Because mind you, this is not me talking. They're talking. I'm just posting it up. All right? So now if they can ban the books dealing with critical race theory, if they can ban the books dealing with black history, if they can ban the books dealing with the accomplishments of black people in and outside of America, the very same thing that made America great. All right? And then you ban the books, you burn the books, and you replace the books with alternative lifestyle books, demonstrating and showing 4, 5, 6, 7-year-olds had to have oral sex? And we're not supposed to say anything?
The classroom. Yep.
7.
Earl, members of the board, my name is Craig Schubert. I'm the mayor of this city. It has come to my attention that your educators are distributing essentially what is child pornography in the classroom.
Yep.
I've spoken to a judge this evening. She's already confirmed that. So I'm going to give you a simple choice. You either choose to resign from this Board of Education, or you will be charged. Thank you.
God bless y'all, man. God bless you.
That's right to the point, man. You're going to have a choice to make in a minute. Those of y'all that are parents, you're going to have a choice, have to make a choice in a minute. Like you had to make the choice when it came to the jab. You're going to have to make a serious choice in a minute. You're going to have to decide, all right, A, what battle you're going to choose to fight. But the battle that you have to fight is the education of your children. If they're pushing this agenda, they're pushing this agenda on our children, and you sit back and letting it fly because you don't want to hurt somebody's feelings, you got bigger problems. You have bigger problems than we thought. So let's understand this particular dynamic and how it works. All right? They thought the mayor was going to be up there for a long time speaking. He says, no, plain and simple. You're distributing pornography. All right, on a grade school level to the children. He wouldn't talk to a judge, and the judge agreed. It's pornography. All right? So he said he's going to give you a choice. Either you resign from the Board of Education, or we're going to bring you up on charges for distributing pornography. Yeah, I saw that. Someone, Modern Metro Radio says, as a gay man, I can assure you that the average working class gay man and women are as outraged by this grooming agenda. Yes, I would agree with you. These predators do not speak for us. Wow. Gays against groomers had their account yanked. I've read some of the stuff from Gays Against Groomers. And I understand y'all's position, and this gentleman is absolutely correct. He's absolutely correct. Everyone's not going along with this particular agenda. No. I've heard from some just straight up black, gay, I don't want to insult them with whatever pronoun they go by now, but yeah. And what the gentleman, Modern Retro Radio, is saying is absolutely correct. We have to be open enough, men and women enough, responsible enough to at least have the conversation. All right. Some may get offended that I'm even reading this person's quote. You understand what I'm saying? But when are we gonna have the discussion? Or are you too afraid? Or are you ill-equipped intellectually or spiritually to have the conversation? Let's have the conversation. Plain and simple.
78.
The American Medical Association has announced that the sex of a child should not be on a birth certificate because we don't know it until they choose it. This is the American Medical Association.
Can you pull this up?
Y'all to hear what he just said. They don't want to put the gender of the child on the birth certificate until the child decides what they want to be.
To give minors the American Medical Association has announced that the sex of a child should not be on a birth certificate because we don't know it until they choose it. This is the American Medical Association.
Can you pull this up?
Yes, pull it up.
The American
Yes, the American. See, this is the thing. People don't know the damage the left does to everything it touches: art, music, education, children, male-female relations, and medicine. It has corrupted the medical field.
American Medical Association. I think it's the AMA. They won't put the sex of the child on the birth certificate because they're waiting for the child to decide what the child wants to be. When do we give children, what is it, autonomy? When do we give children this grandiose position in their little lives? They're walking around with shitty diapers, but yet they got to determine what sex they want to be? Can't feed themselves, but you got to determine what sex you want to be? Help me out. Don't even know how to speak. Drooling. You know, their happiest moment is when they find a damn pacifier stuck between the cushion of the couch. Talk to me, fam. Buddha bless Ross said the brain don't even get functional, at least at age 25. But what do you think was said to Professor Griff in the comments? So let's read. Now this is deep. The first person says, Professor Griff, miss me with that left-right BS. The names may change, but the game remains the same. Like, what are you asking me to miss you with? Can we deal with that for a second, fam? Can y'all give me the thumbs up to deal with that for a second? Professor Gypsy Star, peace. Can y'all do me a favor? Can we spend at least 3 minutes on the miseducation of Professor Griff on the political science tip? Can y'all help me out? Just give me the thumbs up. Find that emoji so I can see it. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Monroe. Thank you. Okay. So let me understand this. When this dude talk about Professor Griff, miss me with that left-right BS. What left-right BS are you talking about? Do you think the average person is politically astute to know who the left are and what is the right? So what we're going to do is we're going to take our time for a second, and I need you guys to educate me, okay? When you hear these kind of people like this talking about the left's agenda, or the right, you heard it on the news. We hear it all the time on the news. Hold on.
The American Medical Association has announced that the sex of a child should not be on a birth certificate because we don't know it until they choose it. This is the American Medical Association.
Can you pull this up?
Yes, pull it up.
The American
Yes, the American. See, this is the thing. People don't know the damage the left does to everything it touches: art, music, education.
Is that racism, white supremacy code words when he starts talking about the left or the right? What is the left? The left of what? Come on, talk to me. I'm open. This is the miseducation of Professor Griff right now. What do they mean when they say the left? I know we got some political science majors out there. Can y'all talk to me, please? Danny Harrison said this is simply a depopulation agenda through mass degeneration of society, as spoken by William Cooper, Jordan Maxwell, and yourself, Griff, and many others. Thank you, sir. Chris, you said left brain? No, sir. I don't think that's it. Two wings of the same damn bird. Thank you very much. So are we talking about Democrats and Republicans? Left of the aisle, right of the aisle. Now, what is the aisle? You see, when you started getting into those circles, the language starts to change, and they don't use the basic layman terms that we may use in everyday speech. We're talking political science right now. And I'm not a political science. Well, I do have a little tiny Bachelor of Science degree. I do know a little tiny something, but I didn't learn that from them. I learned that from us. What is the aisle? Walter O'Neill, thank you very much, sir. It's definitely coded. When some folks say left, they're absolutely speaking to anyone who opposes white supremacy agenda. So if that is the case, Walter O'Neill, what do they mean when they say the right? Who are the right? Who are the left wing and who are the right wing? Who are the right wing Republicans and the left wing Democrats? See, we have to understand the language that they're using. All right? But this gentleman said that to me in the comments. And I had to fire back. I said, I stand on my truth and the truth. Question is, do you? Do you? It is the truth. I don't give a damn. He has no goddamn wings. The mailman delivers my mail every single day to my home. I don't know his sexual orientation. I just open the mail because it's in my mailbox, and I thank him every now and then, asking, does he want some water, something to drink, something, fruit roll up, or whatever the hell he might need. But thanks for delivering the mail. Then he says something smart, which I can't read on here. Then I said, I never trusted you, so why are you on my page? I said, sir, you are dismissed. Then you always get the brothers. Did I tell you all the story when I was at LaGuardia Airport? I'm doing the interview, and, brothers just can't, they can't contain themselves, man. I think I had a Public Enemy hat on or something. They was like, oh, shit, that's my man, Griff. Yo, Griff, what's up? Fight the power, nigga, what's up? And the people that was interviewing me was like, because they was white, they was scared. I get it. You understand what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? So two other dudes walk by, they're like, yo, drop it on Griff, damn. So I guess they was getting kind of shook. You understand what I'm saying? But they don't know the admiration that the average person may have for me. You understand what I'm saying? So I understand. They was kind of scared. One other dude says, you mean to tell me that the left is so powerful by themselves that they are destroying America? I think it's safe to say the left and the right are to blame. Thank you very much, sir. What do you think black people have been saying? Because the left may have started slavery, the right fueled it, greased it, oiled it, maintained it. And both of them enslaved black people. Am I right or wrong? Someone says, well, it can't be just that cut and dry, right or wrong. Well, tell me what else could it be? See, y'all like to operate in that gray area, all right? Because some of y'all got some people out there that you might not want to offend. But I'm telling y'all straight up, including my white friends that are listening right now, if you're easily offended by the facts that I'm dropping, then you don't need to be my goddamn friend, whether you white, black, Asian, Chinese, whatever the fuck. Oh, excuse me. Whatever. If the truth offends you, then you're not my friend at all any old goddamn way. Y'all ready for the next one? I only got 2 or 3 more. That's it. Then we're going to shut this down. Is that cool?
Relates to black history that a lot of that relates to black history that we no longer teach. If you happen to be in Indiana, you're in the Hoosier state. Where'd you get that name? A black evangelist named Harry Hoosier in the Second Great Awakening. His converts went there. How many people who live in Indiana know that they're named after a black evangelist? Probably very few. How many know that the guy who brought an end to the American War for Independence, according to Lafayette, is a black double spy named James Armistead, who brought the war to an end? Without that, it might have gone much longer. That's a piece of currency from 1880. It is signed right down here at the bottom by Blanche Kelso Bruce. And Blanche Kelso Bruce is the first black man to serve a full term in the U.S. Senate. He's the first black man to be nominated for Vice President of the United States back in 1880. We don't hear that today. That's amazing. So a lot of that relates to black history that we no longer teach. If you happen to be in any...
The truth is coming out and it's roaring and it's getting under a lot of these people's skin. They don't want the truth to be told. Can I ask a basic question? Since y'all educated me. All right. Was George Washington the first president of the United States? Where's my Moors at? Okay, so if he wasn't, how come they don't teach that in the classroom to our children? Because if we start talking about who were the first 8 before him, I'm just throwing a number out there. Who were they? And how come they don't teach that? Someone's the Black Plumber 333 said there was 5 before him. Okay. Who were the other 5? How come the average person don't know their names? See, but the Moors have been teaching this, the black Moors have been teaching this for a long time, in and outside of America. See, this is one of the things why they have to create the boogeyman called the critical race theory. So we won't teach the real reason why George Washington chopped down a cherry tree. We won't teach the real reason why George Washington and the rest of the other presidents were slave owners. Teach the real reason why they broke these treaties. Are you following what I'm saying? We're not stupid over here. This is serious minds. So we have to understand this particular dynamic and how this particular thing works. All right? I think I got one more. Because there's a few on here that I dare not show you. Because yeah, this one right here got all the smoke.
Young people get ready to meet people.
Here's some news you might have missed. The president of Sri Lanka flees after protesters storm the capital. The prime minister...
Give me 1 second.
You to know that Louis Vuitton has 2...
So do you remember like...
Hold on.
Wilcox.
Hold on, fam. Hold on, fam.
Eurocentrism.
Don't go nowhere.
People don't know that the CIA got in bed with the right-wing Nazis in Ukraine to overthrow the democratically elected government of Ukraine in 2014. We had a peace deal. It was called the Minsk Accord. And then they violated it. Who violated it? Ukraine kept shelling the Donbass, which are the Russian speakers in the eastern part of the Ukraine.
No. Hold on. You're not going to get it that way. Hold on.
To me,
Here's some news. Trans women should be legal.
people are in an escapist mindset and have been.
More etymology and...
Hold on. Let me see if I can find it.
What have you contributed?
Ladies and gentlemen. Hey.
Club of Rome is behind all of the climate.
The greatest perpetrator.
You guys remember? Most people don't understand, but when most African...
The most toxic...
I think I can tell you. I can't find it. Hold on. Let me just look at my, what's the name real quick. Because I want you to get it from them. I don't want you to get it from me. All right. Here we go. Nope. Not that. I apologize for that, fam. I don't. I cannot put my hands on it real quick. But what it's actually talking about, hold on. Hold on. It's talking about the Donbass region in Ukraine. I'm going to let him tell it, then maybe we can expound on it so we can close this out.
CIA got in bed with the right-wing Nazis in Ukraine to overthrow the democratically elected government of Ukraine in 2014. We had a peace deal. It was called the Minsk Accord, and then they violated. Who violated it? Ukraine kept shelling the Donbass, which are the Russian speakers in the eastern part of the Ukraine, and that's why Putin had to be provoked to invade to protect those people. Nobody will tell you that. Everybody who talks about every other news station, by the way, you're the only one doing this, and I applaud you for letting people come out and tell the truth about what's actually happening in Ukraine. Other stations, when I watch, what they do is they start the history of Ukraine from Putin's invasion. They never tell you that we overthrew their democratically elected government in 2014. They never tell you that they didn't stop shelling the people in the Donbass. They never abided by the Minsk Accord. People don't know that the CIA.
There was an accord, there was an agreement to stop the internal conflict that was going on. The democratically elected government that was there in Ukraine, the United States, CIA, and some of them other people that you see sending weapons and billions of dollars over this, all right, with the CIA at the helm, all right, overthrew the democratically elected government over there. Installed some people. Now, these were Nazis. All right? They supported the Nazis. So you see why early on the Africans had the issues over there? So then they came up with an agreement and everyone signed it. Putin signed it and everything was cool. They kept bombing the people at the behest of the CIA. They kept bombing the people, forcing Putin's hand. Putin adhered to the agreement, the Minsk Accord. Look it up. They forced his hand. This is the eastern region of the Ukraine. All right? So they forced his hand. So the people that are in the eastern region of Ukraine are primarily Russians. Family, are you following what I'm saying? So that Putin was forced to strike back. So what did they do? They put someone in charge and put them on in the seat of government in Ukraine. They put a stripper, an actor, a dancer. Tell me I'm lying. Go look up who Zelensky really is. You're right, Malcolm Charles. They put a puppet regime in, someone that they can control. All right? Then they spin the news cycle and people send billions of dollars to Ukraine. I wish I had the book in front of me. I know it's back here somewhere on one of my bookshelves. But you got to understand the grand chess game, the grand chessboard. Zbigniew Brzezinski. All right? You have to know who Zelensky is, the head of Ukraine. You have to know the history and what went down. All right? You got to know what the Donbass region is. Study political science. Don't just fall for it on the news spin cycle. So slowly but surely, and you're right, Omar, Mahmoud, the truth is slowly coming out. But they're putting the people to sleep. So even if they put it on the news, you won't know what's happening. All you see is them saying Russia is bombing Ukraine, and bombing civilians and killing. Come on, man. You know how long they bombed the Donbass region where the Russians lived in Ukraine? You know who these neo-Nazis were? Who decided and got tricked and decided to follow Zelensky? Do you know who Zelensky is? Look up the logo for Ukraine and tell me what it's compared to, what it's equal to, what it looks like, what it reminds us of. Look it up right now. I'll wait. I got a few minutes. What is the flag of Ukraine? So did we have some hate mail under that post? Yeah, I'm sure we did. One gentleman came on and totally agreed with me. He said a 14-year-old man from Russia told me the same thing a month before the invasion. Okay. Next person says, tell them again and again. Thank you, Professor Griff. Thank you for revealing the truth. Next person said, my thing is, why did Putin wait 8 years? Putin waiting 8 years, bruh, because he was adhering to the Minsk Accord. There was an agreement, all right, to stop the internal conflict because he's part of NATO. That's why Putin waited 8 years. Sometimes I'm going to tell y'all straight up, man, this is exhausting sometimes, man. It truly is, for real. It's not difficult. I've been seeing through these people's lies, man. We're not okay. Fine. The yellow and blue flag on the flag of Ukraine is obvious. We know it's yellow and blue. What is their symbol? You know, I want everyone to be symbol literate. But what is the symbol? What is the symbol? Imagine getting the truth from Fox and Tucker Carlson. I don't give a rat's ass where the truth comes from. If it's the truth, is it not the truth? You know how many homeless people or quote unquote bums I done stepped over in any city I go to, and they say, hey, blood, you got $1? And I turn around, checking my pockets. I'm like, yeah, all I got is some change. Here you go. Let me tell you something, young blood. And they start dropping something on you. Can I not listen to the man? Maybe he want to talk to somebody. So I can't get truth from the cradle to the grave. I don't care if Tucker Carlson said it. Tucker Carlson had the nerve to have this gentleman on his show, and the gentleman dropped some bombs. Am I right or wrong? I said the same thing on my YouTube channel some time ago, way before Fox News got the guy to say it. Check me out, Griff. Okay, got you. I disagree with this statement, but want to be a smart ass. He said Black history starts at slavery. No, it don't. Black history starts way before you was even on the planet. Should I say that again? Or should I say that in English so you can get it? Or should I wait for you to catch up because your ass is on a little yellow bus with the helmet on, licking the goddamn window? How you want me to approach this? Help me out. Help me out. Thank you, Black Ace. Black Ace got it right. The trident symbol is the symbol of Ukraine flag. Who else uses the trident symbol? Who else? Quan, peace, what's good with you? We just been rolling along, Quan. Who else uses the trident symbol? Kopi_D says Black history is human history. Thank you. Barbados, and who controls Barbados? Who colonized Barbados? Who dropped black people off at Barbados and made them slaves? Thank you, Jim Star. Neptune and the devil uses the trident symbol. Who else? Come on. We're talking about being symbol literate right now. Who else? Britain. Thank you. Who else? See, if we don't know these things, it's hard to have a conversation with someone that don't know this. And I'm not trying to be super smart or even super deep. This stuff is right in front of us. Peace. What's up, Mark? How you feel, good bro? The Ukrainians were bombing the Russians who lived in the eastern part of Ukraine. Got you. We know that. Got you. 15,000 people were dead since the CIA coup in Ukraine in 2014. Who was the president? Oh, yeah, excuse me. Who was the president of the United States of America in 2014? Then who was the vice president? Come on, talk to me. We're talking political science right now. Talk to me, man. Who was the president? Thank you. So this man ain't that goddamn great after all now, is he? Killed more people probably than any other president. And who was his vice president? The same one who sent his family over there into China to do business deals because they already saw and had the information ahead of time on their desk what would happen to Ukraine. They knew this was coming. Someone said I paid attention to the details. Nazi, CIA, and the Biden sending over $900 million in U.S. taxpayers' dollars to assist racist people and to convince them to come to the United States. Hate mail. That's all I get all day long. All day long. Even when I let other people tell it. Facts are facts, man. Family, I love y'all to life. I'm only the messenger. No, I'm only a messenger. I'm not the messenger. Listen, if I don't do nothing else, I'm going to study. I'm going to do what Steve Coakley said and the rest of my ancestors said. I'm going to connect the dots. I'm going to figure out who's who. And we got to tell the truth, plain and simple. Love y'all to life, family, for real. If I didn't, I wouldn't do this, man. What I'm going to need everyone to do from this day forward, and listen to what I'm about to say, starting with me. All right, are you listening? Give me a thumbs up or black power fist or a peace sign if you're listening. Because I want to say this as I depart. Because what if you never hear from me again? I want you to begin to show up as your authentic self. Did you hear what I said? I need everyone to show up as their authentic self. Because your ass going to get found out anyway. So you might as well show up as your authentic self so we can kind of come together and come up with solutions. Because the left or the right don't give a fuck about black people. And we find some handkerchief-head, bootlicking Negroes that want to lean to the left and lean to the right, but that's for their own aggrandizement. They're getting the crumbs that fall from the rich man's table. Show up as your true, authentic self so we can get through this madness, all right? I love y'all to life, and I'm not just saying that just to be saying that. I wouldn't do this if I didn't love you. All right? Peace, fam. Peace, Quan.
Check out Plant-Based BK on DoorDash. Create your own playlist from our winter soundtrack. Turn up the bass.
Greetings, peace and love, and welcome to Smile Pharmacy Apothecary. We've been here since 2019, and although times have changed and healthcare has evolved, our traditions of compassion and professionalism thrives on. You are always at the heart of what we do. Smile Pharmacy, we heal. Visit us today online or in store at smilepharmacy.com.
50 million. That's how many people in the U.S. suffer from chronic pain. Many turn to opioid painkillers for relief.
The evidence is not at all clear about the efficacy of these drugs long-term for chronic pain.
Mayo Clinic pain management specialist Dr. Mike Hooten says what is clear about these painkillers is the risk associated with taking them.
The problems of addiction, but also a related problem of accidental overdose deaths.
Keep your body in motion with Little Goddess's Pain Potion on littlegoddessapothecary.com.